Roberts has blistered it to left center field, and it ain't coming back. And he's still got real estate. He may go the way.
It's the calm before the storm here at Robbinsville High School. Welcome everyone to Judy Nichols Memorial Field for this afternoon's broadcast on the Graham Star Sports Network. It is Robbinsville and Murphy duking it out in Smoky Mountain Conference softball action this afternoon. Good to have you with us wherever you may be tuned in. On behalf of the Graham Star Sports Network, we've got a good one for you on tap this afternoon, and we're glad all of you have chosen to spend your Friday afternoon with us here in Robbinsville this evening. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Just wanted to let you guys know we are here and live. When we come back, we'll have the introduction of our starting lineups as well as the singing of our national anthem, and we're glad all of you have joined us. And of course, I'm Kevin Hensley, Kyla Garland, Lexi Anderson helping out with our production as well today. And when we come back, we hope you'll stay with us for the entirety of Murphy Robbinsville softball here on the Graham Star Sports Network. The first conference loss of the season, fans, took place on Tuesday for the Robbinsville Lady Knights. It was a 10-5 final at Conahita Park in Murphy, and now the Lady Knights are out for revenge this afternoon as we are back live from Judy Nichols Memorial Field here in Robbinsville, North Carolina, right on the campus of Robbinsville High School. We're just a short away from the introduction of our starting lineups. There's a buzz here at the ball field. Big game, and we are just about set to go here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Stay with us, everyone.
Well, welcome to today's ball game between the Murphy Lady Bulldogs and the homestanding Lady Knights here at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. Here are the starting lineups. First for Murphy. Leading off playing center field, Emma Hensley. Batting second, third baseman, Emma Laney. Batting third, second baseman, Papa Dalton. Batting fourth, shortstop, Julia Dumfrey. Batting fourth, first baseman, Gracie Thrasher. Batting sixth, the pitcher, Paisley Johnson. Batting seventh, the catcher, Aiden Smith. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Jenna Cook. Batting ninth, the DP, Morgan Oliver. The flex is the right fielder, Grace Miller. Number 2, Elijah Grant. Number 5, Charlie Stockham. Number 13, Gracie Hall. Number 25, Iris Smith. Number 00, Josie Bradbury. And number 33, Cody Barnett. And now for your homestanding Robbinsville Lady Knights. Leading off that pitcher, number 44, Sophie Roberts. Batting second, the shortstop, number 3, Daphne Barlow. In the 3-hole is the third baseman, number 23, Surrey White. Batting fourth is first baseman, number 10, Presley Taylor. Batting fifth is the left fielder, number 5, Ella Atwell. In the 6th hole today is the starting pitcher, number 99, Naomi Taylor. Batting seventh is the DP, number 25, Lexi Williams. She is batting for the flex, number 22, the right fielder, Liz Carpenter. Batting eighth is the second baseman, number 1, K.J. Spencer. And the center fielder, number 4, Anna Williams. Reserves for Robbinsville, number 2, Loxley Burke. Number 7, Nobi Dutcher. Number 9, Sydney Adams. Number 14, Haley Williams. Number 15, Olivia Lewis. Number 21, Draylene Webster. Number 24, Kenyon Buchanan. Number 27, Peyton Odom. And number 28, Alyssa Bond. And these are your 16-time Smoky Mountain Conference champion, Robbinsville Lady Knights. And at this time of the work, please stand and direct your attention to the center field flag as we honor our country with the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, as broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? For the ramparts we marched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It is hers for the taking today, fans. Starting pitcher for the Robbinsville Lady Knights is number 99, Naomi Taylor. Taylor comes into today's game with a record of 5-2 overall on the campaign, a ERA of 1.11 over the course of this season. Naomi Taylor with 49 strikeouts, 17 walks, and she's logged 44 1/3 innings of work. Short stint on the Rubber Tuesday at Murphy. She lasted 2 2/3 innings in the 10-5 loss that we've already mentioned. So, of course, she'll be out for her own sort of redemption here this afternoon. Boy, what a great atmosphere this afternoon here at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. Glad all of you have joined us here on this Friday evening in Graham County. It's a beautiful day here at the ballpark, to say the very least. Taylor's still getting in her warm-up tosses here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Sophie Roberts, the backstop today for Robbinsville. In the infield will be Surrey Waddy, Daphne Barlow, K.J. Spencer, and Presley Kaler making up left to right on your infield defense. Across the outfield, Ella Atwell, Anna Williams, and Liz Carpenter. Left to right. And we are just about set to go here in Robbinsville. We're going to welcome aboard our first inning sponsor, Blevins Insurance Agency.
Leading off the top of the first for Murphy, center fielder, Emma Hensley.
And here's Emma Hensley, who hit a solo bomb on Tuesday in the victory, helped spark a 3-run inning for Murphy that helped the Bulldogs pull ahead, and at that moment in the game, stay ahead. They never once trailed after that juncture. Hensley, the center fielder for the Murphy Lady Bulldogs. First pitch to Hensley is low and inside, ball one. First pitch comes at 4:35 p.m. here at Judy Nichols Memorial Field, and the temperature at first pitch is 79 degrees. Hensley batting .429 this season. She's already hit 3 long balls. And she takes one upstairs about helmet level, 2-0 the count. And she has 9 RBIs to her credit. Inside and upstairs again, 3-0 the count. Ballpark continues to get packed. A lot of people trickling in for this afternoon's game here in Robbinsville. It's a big one in the Smoky Mountain Conference. And Hensley swings on 3-0 and grounds it down the left field line, foul. And that's the first strike of this ball game. It's always a big deal when Murphy comes to town or vice versa. These two programs have a rivalry that goes back decades and decades. No matter the sport, seem to always pick up the level of competition when they're on the docket against one another. 3-1 coming from Taylor. And it's fouled back behind us and out of play into the bamboo. Count runs full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, welcome everyone to GramStarSports.com. Let all of you join us for our exclusive pay-per-view live stream. Every time you buy a ticket to watch Robbinsville Athletics here on pay-per-view, a portion of the proceeds from every single sale goes back to the program you bought a ticket to watch. And on 3-2, Hensley takes one low, ball 4. So a leadoff walk will give Murphy a base runner right off the bat.
Third baseman Emma Laney.
And I'll bring up Emma Laney, the third baseman. That one grounded to Spencer, throw to first. And a snap throw back to second. So everybody is safe. Infield single for Laney.
Awarded an infield single. Now batting the second baseman, Piper Dalton.
And here's Piper Dalton. Breaking ball will miss. 1-0 the count. To the count on Piper Dalton. And that one fouled back, hits the top of the grandstand right behind home plate. Count runs 2 balls, 1 strike. Fly ball to center field, but playable. Anna Williams will snag it, and that will be the first out of this ball game.
Now batting the shortstop, Julia Dockery.
And here's Julia Dockery. Dockery bats .400. She has tripled this season and has drove in 6 runs for the Murphy Bulldogs. Pitch misses just barely. 1-0 the count.
Good stuff. Knock it down, babe. Knock it down. Let's go, Ned.
Grounded to Barlow. Spencer to Kaler. And are they saying she was safe at first? They are. So they got the lead runner. That's 2 outs.
Now being the first baseman, Gracie Fletcher.
Hey, Bill Wolf.
And that'll be the end of the top of the first. We'll leave a couple stranded. Murphy does not get anybody home. Bottom of the inning coming up here on the Gramstar Sports Network. And we're back live for the bottom of the first inning. Sophie Roberts will lead off here in Robbinsville.
Think right, man. Think right. Have fun. Move up. Make her pitch to you.
Make it come to you, so.
Keep your head on it, bud. Come on.
Count is 1-1 on Roberts. Roberts bats .467. She has homered and drove in 9 runs for Robbinsville. Swing and a miss. Ball 2. Strike. By the way, of course, is Paisley Johnson for Murphy. And she chases one up and away. That will sit down Roberts to begin this ball game. First strikeout of the day for Johnson. We actually don't have a lot of her stats available, but we can tell you that she has now struck out 63 batters on the campaign. Here is Daphne Barlow in the 2-hole this afternoon. And a strike will be in there, 0-1 the count. Foul back to the net. And the count goes to 0-2. And Barlow is set down on 3, 2 outs. Sorry, Waddy will try to break the trend.
Now hitting the third baseman, Surrey Waddy.
And a strike will be in there. She'll take it all the way. 0-1. Waddy comes up to the plate today, batting .400 on the season. She has doubled 4 times and drove in 9 runs for Robbinsville this season. And that will be fouled off and disappear, looks like, into the field to our right. Count quickly is 0-2. Johnson looking dominant here in the early going. Had a girl, Alexis. And she chased one outside, got a piece of it to stay alive. So not all is lost. Count remains 0-2. And Waddy drives it into left field, but it is playable. Catch made by Jenna Cook, and that will bring it into the bottom of the first. No score as we head to the second. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. Top of the second as we are back live from Robbinsville High School and Judy Nichols Memorial Field. First pitch to Paisley Johnson will be sliced off foul. And the count is 0-1. Johnson batting .409 on the season. She has doubled twice and has 4 RBIs. Counts 0-2. upstairs. And that'll keep the count alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Naomi Taylor. Pitch is outside off the plate, painted the corner. And some of the fans here wanted that call, but they didn't get it. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and that throws her in the tracks. First strikeout of the game for Naomi Taylor, and that's 1 away. Here's catcher Aiden Smith, the other half of the battery, 267 average on the year, 4 RBIs. Grounded foul, and the count is 0-1. Second inning sponsor is CM Supply here in Robbinsville. And another one foul. Aiden Smith trying to get it straightened out. Jenna Cook, the left fielder, in the on-deck circle for Murphy. Big game. Glad all of you have joined us here on GramstarSports.com for this matchup. Here is the 0-2. And that one right above the letters. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one foul down the right field line. Foul. Still alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. She's standing outside the box with her front left foot, but I guess they're not going to say anything about that. Here's the pitch, and it's grounded to Waddy. Throw to first will be in time, and that's 2 gone. Here's Jenna Cook, sophomore, batting 174. She's got an RBI this season. New DJ Alexis Miller doing a fine job here this afternoon at the ballpark. And off-speed pitch will get her to swing and miss. 0-1 the count.
Yeah.
And upstairs again, count goes to 1-1. And that pitch up as well. Count is 2-1. Foul back to the net. Roberts will walk over and retrieve it. Count goes to 2-2. Strike 3 call, but the pitch gets away. Throw to first will be high. Kaler can't grab a hold of it. And it will end up being an extra out in the inning.
Now batting the VP, Morgan Oliver.
Swung on and missed. 0-1. Morgan Oliver at the plate. Freshman batting 167. And the count is 0-2. And swung on and missed. That will do it here in the top of the second. Bottom of the frame coming up. One stranded here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Bottom of the second as we are back live, and Presley Kaler will be stepping up to the plate.
I can break it down, friends.
Well, Chris.
Kaler batting .323, 8 RBIs. That one grounded right to first baseman Gracie Thrasher. One out.
Now batting the left fielder, yellow and blue.
Atwell will pop it up into center field. Emma Hensley will snag it. And 2 quick outs for Robbinsville here in the bottom of the second. Here's Naomi
Now
Taylor.
batting the pitcher, Naomi Taylor.
Outs are happening so fast, I'm not even having much of a chance to announce the batting averages and whatnot for our batters. Naomi Taylor comes up with a .400 mark. She's homered twice this season and has 8 RBIs. No score here in the bottom of the second at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. Taylor lays off for the first offering. Count is 1-0. That one misses as well. Count is 2-0. It's been in 3-0. Houses looked sharp so far and now is struggling to find the zone in this at bat. Lexi Williams, yesterday's breakout star, is in the on deck circle. Strike right down the belt line. 3-1 is the count. And that one is right down there as well. Counting runs full, 3-2. Pitch is popped up and foul. It will splash into Mountain Creek. Count is 3-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning.
Come on, Nate.
And they lost her. Robbinsville gets his first base runner of the ball game, and here is Lexi Williams to bat. Sydney Adams will be courtesy running.
Number 9 for Taylor, Sydney Adams.
So 9 will run for 99.
Lexi Williams.
Williams has earned a slot in the starting lineup today after hitting a monster homer to dead center field yesterday in the 12-2 victory over Smoky Mountain for the season. Williams bats .625. She's, of course, homered and has 4 RBIs. So Sydney Adams at first. And swings and misses at 1 high. And all kinds of shenanigans out on the base path. Julia Dockery, a little slow to get up. Trying to gather her bearings about her. And she'll take second base. 0-1 the count. And she laid off of that pitch. Good eye, 1-1 the count.
Leave that stuff up there.
Swing and a miss. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Come on, Lexi. Mighty better, girl.
And Williams fouled it back. 1-2 the count.
There you got, Lexi.
I see it right here, Lexi.
Strike 3 called, and it throws her in her tracks. 1 stranded here in the bottom of the second. We'll go to the third. Still no score here at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. Welcome back, one and all, here to the Gramstar Sports Network. Emma Hensley will be leading off for the Murphy Lady Bulldogs. No score here in this Smoky Mountain Conference clash, number 2 of the week, here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Hensley walked to begin this ball game. And first base she sees, and this bat will be fouled off the net on the first base side of the plate. Count is 0-1. Hensley, Laney, and Dalton are due up for the Lady Bulldogs. Upstairs. And the count is 1-1. In the duck, count is 2-1. And that one swung on and missed. Got her to chase one nasty, and it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Low and in the dirt, count is 3-2. And ball 4. Hensley walks for the second time today.
Now batting third baseman Emma Laney.
Should be running, so.
Pitch misses. 1-0 the count. Count is 1-1.
Be ready, knock it down, girls. Knock it down.
Slice foul down the first base line. And the count is, should be 1-2, I believe. Foul side. And I keep Hensley honest over at first. Count remains, or excuse me, now is 2-2.
Back.
Foul back to the net. And it's still 2-2.
She's running, so get rid of it quick.
And that one grounded into right field. Carpenter bobbles it while trying to field it, but nonetheless, no one is going to advance any further. And here's Piper Dalton.
Now batting second baseman, Piper Dalton.
Some of the fans saying that Miss Hensley left early. None of the umpires caught it. Onward we roll. Still nobody out. And Dalton way out in front of that one. The count is 0-1. And she shows bunt, changes her mind, throw down to third. And they're going to say she got in under the tag of Daphne Barlow. So Hensley swipes third. And they've got them at the corners now, do the Murphy Lady Bulldogs. 0-2 the count on Piper Dalton. Dalton batted .370. She's homered twice this year. And she's put down on 3 pitches in this at-bat. Big out for Naomi Taylor and the Robbinsville Lady Knights.
Now
Here's Julia
batting
Dockery.
shortstop, Julia Dockery.
So Dockery will step up. 1 out. Still at the corners for the Bulldogs. Low, ball 1.
Nice job, 4-4.
Here's the 1-0, and it's a bunt. It will trickle foul down the first baseline. Presley Kaler scoops it up. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out.
Yeah, let's go.
Two and 1 the count. And that one's in the dirt. That's trouble. It pops away, and at the plate, Hensley will sprint home on the wild pitch. And it will be a 1-0 Murphy advantage in the aftermath. Oh, that's a tough way to have to lose the first run of this ball game if you're Robbinsville. And the count is 3 balls, 1 strike. And ball 4, Dockery walks.
Now batting first baseman, Gracie Thrasher.
There's Gracie Thrasher. Low and in the dirt, ball 1. So now Emma Laney at second base, Julia Dockery at first. And that one blistered on the first base line, foul. Presley Kaler will reel it back over. A great bird's eye view of the field back here behind home plate at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. It's a beautiful grandstand they built. The only obstructions, of course, you'll see as we move our camera around is these wonderful support beams. They tend to obstruct some views here and there, but we work around them the best we can. And we're doing the best we can, of course, to bring you Lady Knights and Black Knights coverage. We'll see the Black Knights next week for a doubleheader at Loudonor Memorial Field. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. And that one just misses, on the letters. And they're going to give the benefit of the doubt to Gracie Thrasher and the Murphy Bulldogs. Count is 2-1. Swung on and missed. Chase one in the dirt. 2-2. Robbinsville will host Franklin on Wednesday for a baseball doubleheader, and that game will start at 4 p.m. It's going to be an unusual circumstance. It's a suspended ball game that'll be finished out from an away matchup that was rained out earlier this month. And then game 2 will be the already scheduled game, as Kaler will take the unassisted putout at first for the second out of the inning. Paisley Johnson up to try and help her own cause.
Now batting the pitcher, Paisley Johnson.
Great, and Johnson goes the other way with it to left field. Atwell will reel it in. Laney scores, Dockery scores. A 2-run single for pitcher Paisley Johnson, and it's 3-0 Bulldogs. And it looks like Aaliyah Grant will be courtesy running for Miss Johnson.
Now batting Aiden Smith.
Smith with a short pop-up to Daphne Barlow. That will retire the Bulldogs. They get 3 across on 2 hits and 1 stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the third here in Robbinsville. It is 3-0 here on the Ramstar Sports Network. Bottom of the third, KJ Spencer will lead off for the Robbinsville Lady Knights. It'll be Spencer, Liz Carpenter, and Sophie Roberts due up. Wind begins to pick up here in Graham County, right here on the shores of Mountain Creek. Count is 1-0 on KJ Spencer. Spencer comes into today's game with an average of 100, but she has drove in 4 for the Lady Knights this season. And there is a strike, 1-1 count. Bun is popped up, and it will not be caught. Good effort by Aiden Smith to pop out of the box and try to grab it. Count is 1-2. Make a quick mention here, we're not sure why the scoreboard is in the colorful form it is. We have it set for Murphy and Robbinsville's home colors, but for some reason it's just plain blue, so I guess we'll stick with that. Popped up, and Aiden Smith this time will reel it in right in front of our purview. 1 out.
Now batting the center fielder, Anna Williams.
Pitch is drove over to shortstop Julia Dockery. Another pop out for Robbinsville. 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the lineup card. Sophie Roberts looking to redeem herself.
Now batting the catcher, Sophie Roberts.
that pitch is upstairs. Smith couldn't even hardly get a glove on it. Count is 1-0. Robbinsville's offense has not spent a lot of time on the field in this ball game. That pitch is swung on and missed, and about two of Robert's strategy cards go flying out of her wristband as well. On the cut, count is 1-1. Middle school Lady Knights are in attendance this afternoon. They are 9-1 after yesterday's victory over Murphy, a 12-1 final at Conahita Park. And that one froze Roberts. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Roberts pops it up. Smith's got it. And she'll just jog onto the dugout. So the catcher with 2 putouts here in the bottom of the third. Top of the fourth is right around the corner as we scoot along here on the Graham Star Sports Network. It is 3-0 in favor of the visiting Murphy Lady Bulldogs. All right, top of the fourth inning. It'll be the 8-9 one-holes due up. It's Jenna Cook, the left fielder, leading off for Murphy. The Lady Bulldogs with a 3-0 advantage at the moment here on GrahamStarSports.com. Kevin Hensley, Kyla Garland, Lexi Anderson all bringing you today's coverage. Across the campus, the Murphy Bulldogs and the Robbinsville Black Knights are duking it out. In baseball action, Bella Eddings over there snapping some photos. And at 6 o'clock, the Far West Wrestling Tournament will have its regular season wrap-up inside the high school gym here at Robbinsville. Popped up foul on the first pitch she sees. And you heard that. Count is 0-1. We'll rattle everybody here in the grandstand. Low, and the count runs to 2 balls, 1 strike. Grounded, and Waddy with a good diving stop. Throw to first is in time. What a play by the Lady Knights defense. 1 out. It was an alright play, I guess. She absolutely threw it from her knees. Waddy, another one of those young ladies that's deceptively strong, to say the very least. Morgan Oliver, the DP, is at the plate. She's batting for the flex, Grace Moore. And Oliver swings and misses. Count is 1-1. Swung on and missed. And that'll run it to 1-2. Quick strategy session with head coach Billy Dockery down at the third base coach's box. Oliver returns to her post inside the right-hand batter's box. And onward we go here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Pitch is in the dirt. Count rounds to 2-2. And that pitch is chopped foul. Count remains 2-2. And that pitch is in the dirt. 3-2 the count. Chop foul again. Oliver is battling with Naomi Taylor here in the top of the 4th inning. Robbinsville will begin working through its lineup the second time in the bottom half of this inning, and will be looking for a much better outcome as a result. Low, ball 4. Oliver walks with 1 out. And back to the top of the card, Emma Hensley, who has walked twice today.
Now batting the center fielder, Emma Hensley.
Actually, the 4th walk overall for Taylor this afternoon. And Taylor and Roberts having a quick gathering inside the circle, trying to get on the same page here. Roberts trying to calm down her pitcher. Comes out with a big smile on her face, so I think everything's A-okay. There's a ball. Rodney. Bless his heart. Pitch is fouled into the bamboo. Count is 0-1. And there is a strike. Count is 0-2. Drops the rosin bag. That one just misses. Hensley steps out of the box to take a cut or two. And some grunts and grumbles comes from the home field fans. 1-2 the count. Grounded. Barlow will try for a double play, and by golly, she got it. How about that, fans? A 6-3 double play as she takes it to the bag herself. Bottom of the 4th is all around the corner. Robbinsville needs some offense here in this 3-0 ball game. Stay with us, everybody. Welcome back, everyone, to Robbinsville High School and Judy Nichols Memorial Field. You're watching Robbinsville and Murphy softball here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Daphne Barlow swings at the first pitch she sees and is popped up to third baseman Emma Laney. 1 pitch, 1 out. Robbinsville's been doing that a lot this afternoon, swinging at the first thing they see, and they're just missing some deep drives as a result. Barlow at least made contact, got it in play. She struck out the last time she was up. Here's Waddy, who flew out to left field in her only plate appearance thus far. It's already a stark contrast to Tuesday's game, which was a 10-5 final at Conahita Park in Murphy. It's 3-0 right now. Sorry about that. Offenses were out early on Tuesday. Back and forth battle. And so far here tonight, the Robbinsville Lady Knights have been stymied by Paisley Johnson. And a slice the other way. That's a fair ball down the right field line. And it is bobbled in the corner by Gracie Moore. Waddy with a double. And that's the way to get a base runner on for the Robbinsville Lady Knights.
Audie Quill with a single right field, bridge to the plate, first baseman, Preston Taylor.
So they will score it as I was afraid they would. It's a single and then an error on the right fielder. Taylor drives it to the left, or right center field, excuse me. It's in the gap. Waddy around third, charging home. Taylor with a double to drive in Waddy, and Robbinsville on the board in the bottom of the fourth. Hitting can be contagious, fans. They're going to pull Kaler and have pinch runner Loxley Burke pop out.
For Taylor at second base.
Come on, Ellen. I get something.
Now batting the left fielder, Ella Rose.
And here's Ella Atwell. So Burke is the pinch runner at second. And a strike will catch the plate. And how about back-to-back doubles? 3-2. Robbinsville is cooking here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Atwell with an RBI double.
And now the Knights bats have woken up.
Naomi Taylor.
Here's Naomi Taylor. Breaking ball drops a little too much. Count is 1-0. Swung on and missed. Counts 1-1. Pitches a strike. Count is 1-2. Yeah. And Taylor grounds it. And it's off the glove. Everybody's safe. Error on first baseman, Gracie Thrasher. And the wheels are falling off for Murphy here in the bottom of the fourth.
Sidney Adams, first and runner at first for Taylor. DP, Alexi Williams.
Hey, drive the one, man.
And they've got Sidney Adams back out to courtesy run for Naomi Taylor.
All right, girls, let's go.
Put your ball in good things happen. They got me a little confident. Do what else? Yeah, they need to be at from beginning.
And we got a conference visit, by the way, going on at the moment as everybody is rolling along here on the Grimstar Sports Network. Trying to get the infield calmed down is Billy Dockery. Robbinsville rallying after being shut out so far in this ball game. See if Lexi Williams can continue the trend with one out. And that one is going to miss 1-0 as Adams will take second without any kind of fight. 2 in scoring position. And another one misses as Smith tried to frame it and didn't get the call. 2-0. 2-0 coming from Johnson. That one caught the plate. Got the call. Count is 2-1 on Lexi Williams. KJ Spencer is in the on deck circle. Exciting comeback here for Robbinsville. See if it continues, or if the Bulldogs can cut it short. 2-1 is the count. 2-2, I beg your pardon.
Gotta guard the dish now, Lex.
And that one fouled right back.
You're seeing it.
Pitch is fouled off.
Had a way to hang.
Williams battling. 2-2 count. And she ropes it through for a single. Scoring is Atwell. Coming in's Adams. She'll turn it into a 2-bagger. And Robbinsville's ahead 4-3.
Williams with a 2 RBI single. Brings to the plate second baseman KJ Spencer.
And first pitch to Spencer is fouled off. Count is 0-1. Spencer popped up to catcher Aiden Smith in her last at bat. Fly ball to right field, but it is snagged by Grace Moore. And tagging up and advancing to third will be Lexi Williams, who's just playing some darn good softball over the last few days. Hey, she's a great softball player, period. Here's Anna Williams.
Center fielder Anna Williams.
2 outs. Williams at third. Robbinsville has pulled back ahead. Well, ahead, period. They've not had a run in this ball game until this inning. Upstairs, good. Snagged by Smith. Saved a run for sure. Williams would have been off to the races and probably would have made it to Stecoa before we blinked. Everybody amped up in the third base dugout. Johnson steps off. And Williams gets out in front of it, puts it in play. Williams has got some speed, but she can't beat that play out. And that will be an end to this very productive bottom of the fourth for Robbinsville. 4 hits, 4 runs, 1 stranded. Top of the fifth, just around the corner. And the Lady Knights have their first lead of the day, 4-3 on the Gramstar Sports Network. All right, fans, top of the fifth as we are back from Judy Nichols Memorial Field. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. Here is Emma Laney to lead off for the Lady Bulldogs. Heart of the order coming up. Laney, Dalton, and Dockery. Ball skips in the dirt. Count is 1-0, and that's how the top of the fifth inning begins. Our fifth inning sponsor here on GramstarSports.com is Robbinsville Custom Molding. strike will poke into the zone. Good pitch by Taylor. Count is 1-1 on this breezy yet pristine April afternoon here in Graham County, North Carolina. One fouled off. 1-2 the count. And she swings at one in the dirt. Waddy to Kaler, 1 out.
Now batting the second baseman, Piper Dalton.
And here is Piper Dalton. Dalton swings and misses. Counts 0-1. And slice to right field, right at Liz Carpenter on a line drive, fly out, 2 outs. Murphy having to play from behind for the first time today.
Now batting shortstop, Julia Dockery.
Dockery will be the batter here in the top of the 5th. Pitch is in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Fly ball to right center field, and it will split the gap. Dockery got a hold of that one and gets a stand-up double with 2 gone.
Now batting the first baseman, Gracie Thrasher.
And that one is blistered to left field, and it pops out of Atwell's glove as she fields it. Run will score on the E7, and that will tie this one back up 4-4. Tough break.
Now batting the pitcher, Paisley Johnson.
Excuse me, Gracie Thrasher on that shot to left field. Here's Paisley Johnson. Pitch is gonna catch the outside corner. 1-1 to count. Low, 2-1. And off the tip of her bat to shallow center field, and a basket catch attempt by Williams. Can't reel it in. Couple of tough breaks for Robbinsville on fielding errors in the outfield. Back-to-back errors. And here is Billy Knight to come out and try and calm down his defense here on the Graham Star Sports Network. There are 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Aiden Smith is the batter. they are going to swap in number 2. Miss Grant will be courtesy running again.
Number 25, Ollie Smith, running for Gracie Thrasher at second base. Elijah Grant is the courtesy runner at first.
And the first pitch to Miss Smith will be a ball, 1-0. Low and in, 2-0. It's now Ollie Smith at second, Aaliyah Grant at first, pinch and courtesy runners respectively for the Murphy Lady Bulldogs. Grounded into the hole, Barlow with a quick throw to second to get the fielder's choice and the shore out, and that'll strand one. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th, but we're all tied back up here on the Graham Star Sports Network. It's 4-4 here in Graham County. Sophie Roberts leads off for Robbinsville here in the bottom of the 5th. We have got a ball game, and we've got a darn good one. It's 4-4 here in Graham County. Count is 1-1.
All right, get yours out here now.
We're mentioning the Murphy Middle School Lady Bulldogs falling yesterday to Robbinsville 12-1 at Conahita Park. That ran Robbinsville's run differential this year. They have outscored their opponents now 121-26. That's a dominant softball program. Bodes well for what's to come, of course. Ball splashes into the creek. Count is now 2-2. In that game, Ella Nelms tripled, had 4 RBIs, and struck out 10 while inside the circle. For the Lady Knights.
That's it, ball forward. So
3-2 is now the count. It is all full up in this at bat. And Roberts pops it up. And it almost takes out a pair of passerbys, but it instead will roll into the creek. So that's 2 that have been lost to the water if they don't fish them out. And chances are they will. Daphne Barlow is in the on-deck circle. And Roberts gets underneath that one, pops it up to Johnson, and that is the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
now adding shortstop, Daphne Barlow.
Barlow steps up now. Upstairs, ball 1. Pitch gets in there, right in the strike zone, 1-1 the count. Foul back to the net. Counts 1-2. Swung on and missed. Barlow loses the battle. 2 outs For Surrey, Waddy, nobody on.
Now batting the third baseman, Surrey Waddy.
Come on, sir.
And I mean, Waddy just blistered pitcher Paisley Johnson, and that hurt. That's going to be a double for Waddy. And I got to make sure Paisley Johnson's okay. That really careened off her right calf. And they're going to check and make sure the pitcher's okay.
Waddy credited with a double on that play. Brings to the plate first baseman, Presley Taylor.
All right, let's bring her in. I see it right here. Give her a hooch or not?
No, it was right here. It was like right here.
That's what I'm trying
We'll make sure Johnson can fire a pitch here. And that's maybe a good sign. She did fire one, but it didn't look too pretty. And they're going to let Preston Kaler step in, and we're going to keep playing softball here at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. Well, that shot was a hot shot off of her right calf. She'll definitely have a bruise there and an imprint of a softball for about a week or so. That one up and in. Count is 1-0 on Presley Kaler.
Make it be in there, Press. Bust
it.
And they call that one a strike right at the knees. 1-1 to count.
They show you should be tails on it. So, yeah, let's score this.
And Kaler swings, drives it to first base, and that will be a ground out to end the bottom of the fifth. Johnson a little worse for the wear. Maybe she can grind through. We'll go to the sixth. We're still tied on the Gramstar Sports Network. Stay with us, everybody. We are in the sixth, and Jenna Cook will lead off for the Murphy Lady Bulldogs here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Upstairs, ball one. Tied ball game. And a good one we're bringing to you this afternoon. As we heard, Robbinsville did have the lead in the baseball game. I don't know what the score is now, but it was 2-0. Black Knights, the last time we heard anything from across campus. Pulling for the Bulldogs to, or I beg your pardon, the Black Knights to even out the season series with the Bulldogs, what I was trying to say. They fell in a tough 4-3 loss at Chip Watson Field in Murphy on Tuesday. And Taylor got the call on that one, makes it 1-2.
All right, right here, man. Good.
And grounded. Barlow rakes it. Throw to first is in time. And out of races, Miss Cook. 1 out.
Now batting the DP, Morgan Oliver.
Swung on and missed, and it pops away from Roberts, but count nonetheless is going to be 0-1. So that Wednesday doubleheader we mentioned, fans, with Robbinsville and Franklin baseball will be our next telecast, and it will begin at 4 p.m. because it is a doubleheader. That one off the glove as well. 1-1 the count. The game will resume right where it left off in Franklin for game one, so it'll be in the bottom of the third with Franklin ahead 9-2. And the Panthers will have runners on, and whatever the scenario was when the game was called due to heavy storms in the area that day. And of course, the second game will be a clean slate from start to finish. We'll have one of our more unique telecasts for you a week from Monday. First the pitch from Taylor. Low and in the dirt, and it makes it 3-1. Robbinsville will be traveling to Western Carolina to take on AC Reynolds for its only spring break game of the season, and we'll have that one for you as well on GramstarSports.com. And that one chopped off the ground by Oliver. Spencer to Kaler. 2 outs. And I'll bring up Emma Hensley.
Now batting the center fielder, Emma Hensley.
Get away.
All right, he's going right here now. Let's go.
Come on, get this girl.
Nice.
And I mean, Taylor caught a line drive right back where it came from. That was beautiful. 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. We're all knotted up at 4 apiece. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network's coverage of Murphy and Robbinsville softball. And it's the bottom of the 6th. Ella Atwell will lead off for Robbinsville. And everybody steps off for a quick moment of reflection, I guess, if you'll have it. And the first pitch to Atwell is all up in her grill, and she'll lay off of it, 1-0. Foul ball will skip across to the field. The next pitch is popped up to second baseman Piper Dalton, who will reel it in, and that'll be the first out. Here's Naomi Taylor.
Now batting the pitcher, Naomi Taylor.
First pitch, a nice frame job attempt by Aiden Smith, but it will go awry as the count is 1-0. One foul back to the net. Count is 1-1. And Taylor drives it to left field, and it is out of here. And that's the shot in the arm the Lady Knights needed. Robbinsville leads 5-4. Nene Taylor with a big shot.
Brings to the plate the DP, Lexi Williams.
And now, in their own cause, Naomi Taylor just needs to get 3 outs inside the circle in the top of the 7th inning. Yes, yes. Lexi Williams coming back up to the plate. They had to retrieve some extra balls from the home field dugout. And that first pitch is a strike. 0-1 the count. And that one sputters back to the net. A lot of backspin on it. Count is 0-2. And that one misses away. Williams lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And she got a piece of it to stay alive. Sydney Adams has grabbed a bat. She's in the on-deck circle. And Williams battling. Battery charger be darned. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Willie Wayne Williams has got to control that temper down there. My goodness. Upstairs, she lays off again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Williams gets under it, but it's into center field. Emma Hensley will put a glove on it. And that's 2 gone. Here's Sydney Adams to pinch hit in place of KJ Spencer.
Now batting, pinch hitter, number 9, Sydney Adams. Pinch hitting for Spencer.
Anna Williams is due up next if the inning continues. Swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Adams batting .267 on the year with an RBI to her credit. She swings and misses. 0-2 the count for Sydney Adams. And that one misses away. You'll give Aiden Smith credit. She has spent a lot of this ball game framing pitches for her pitcher and getting a lot of calls as a result. That one did not get the nod from the umpire. And Adams goes down swinging, but Naomi Taylor sends 1 yard to left center field. And Robbinsville needs just 3 outs to split the season series with the Bulldogs. Let's see how it plays out when we come back on the Gramstar Sports Network. Top of the 7th as we are back live for what we hope to be the final 3 outs of the ball game if you're a Robbinsville Lady Knight. Fly ball popped up. Daphne Barlow with a behind the back catch. 1 out.
Now batting the second baseman, Papa Dalton.
Go, 2 more.
Let's play it now.
Gonna be ready.
Fly ball to center field. We have still got a ball game going. I thought that ball was out of here. Dalton is trapped. Oh my, she's tagged out. Trying to get back to first. And that is trouble. She collapsed hard on the field. And she's not getting up. And they thought they had her, or she thought that ball was out of here, and I think a lot of fans did as well. And now they're just checking to make sure Dalton's okay. She's back up.
Out from 8 to 6.
She fell hard. That relay throw came in.
Now batting the shortstop, Julia Dockery.
Julia Dockery will be the batter once Dalton gets off the field. That's the second out of this inning.
That's this one. All right.
And that one bounces into the strike zone. 0-1 the count. Fly ball to right field. Liz Carpenter makes the catch. And the ball game is over. Robbinsville picks up the 5-4 victory after Naomi Taylor hits a solo bomb in the bottom of the 6th inning. What a victory. What a finish for the Robbinsville and Murphy softball game this afternoon here at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. For Kyla Garland, for Lexi Anderson, I'm Kevin Hensley, wishing all of you a great rest of your weekend. Join us next week for more pay-per-view coverage of Lady Knights and Black Knight athletics.
And Roberts has blistered it to left center field. And it ain't coming back. And he's still got real estate. He makes it the way.